Et salut tout le monde, c'est Lucas. Donc, je suis très content de vous retrouver sur ce nouveau let's play de Story The Path of Destinies sur PS4. Donc ça fait longtemps que j'ai pas fait de vidéo, donc je vous avais expliqué pourquoi. Et j'ai reçu il y a pas longtemps la PS4, donc du coup je vais pouvoir faire plusieurs let's play quand je le pourrai. Donc du coup on va commencer avec ce let's play sur ce petit jeu que j'ai téléchargé sur le PlayStation Plus gratuitement, vu que c'est un jeu gratuit du mois. Donc on va commencer.
Once upon a time,
Et il était une fois Reynardo, un vagabond notoire qui pillait les îlots flottants. Un jour, sa mère l'appela sur son lit de mort.
Swear to me
En fait, je
that
vais
you
pas tout
won't
lire.
die on the gallows. She rasped. Reluctantly, he swore. And he whiled away his days at home with music, cards, and wine. But the Emperor had changed. He'd been good once, a shy, almost humble toad. He'd built universities. Then people started whispering about mass graves in the woods. Midnight rituals, victims screaming. The Imperial Ravens would round up entire villages, and no one ever returned. The Ravens had come to Ubar scouting for ancient books said to be of great power. But the librarians had hidden the books, so they'd burnt the librarians. The citizens, outraged, had driven them off. The Ravens had come back with dropships. The kid had fled with one of those books. He was brave and dumb and wanted to join the rebellion. And Reynardo had promised his mother he'd protect him.
D'accord. Donc... Ça c'est long, hein. Alors du coup, je vais juste vous dire, hein, j'ai un petit projet de... Je vais pas tout vous dire, mais j'ai un petit projet avec deux potes, que j'espère que ça va vous plaire, qu'on va bientôt commencer en fait. Donc je vous en dis pas plus, mais vous verrez quand je vous le dirai. Je ferai un épisode exprès. Donc ça sauvegarde, donc normalement on va commencer à jouer.
The kid was looking down,
Voilà.
watching his city burn. Sorry, kid, Reynardo told the kid. Look, if we give them the book, they'll leave you alone. My mother died for this book! I promised her I'd protect you. Oh, damn it. The kid had run off. With the book, of course. So Reynardo had to run after him.
D'accord. Oh, ça a l'air pas mal. D'accord.
The two ravens were staring at the kid like he was their dinner, which probably was what was in their tiny brains. Hey, Reynardo said. They cocked their heads at him. Pick on someone as ugly as you. Wait, that didn't come out right. For the Emperor! The ravens cawed and rushed at him.
D'accord. Ah, c'est pas mal en vrai. Quand un ennemi est sur le point d'attaquer. D'accord. Eh ben, c'est pas mal hein, comme jeu.
A dropship flew overhead.
Je me disais tiens ça va être
Hoped they hadn't noticed
nul,
him.
mais en fait c'est pas
The
mal.
kid
Pour un petit let's play, c'est bien. Maintenant, maintenir P pour attraper. L pour viser. Ah ouais d'accord. Ok.
Oh, right. The Gate of Heroes. Someone's idea of a joke, making the Skyship Docks a gated community. You needed a hero's sword to open it. And the kid was on the other side of the
Oh,
gate.
putain.
Who let you through? Promise me you'll take the book to the rebels, or I'm gonna steal your ship. I'm not taking that damn book anywhere, and neither are you. Try and stop me, laughed the kid. I bet you don't even have a hero sword. And with that, the kid hopped away. Had to hand it to the kid. He was an idiot, but he had guts. Where was Renato going to get a hero sword?
Ah putain, pas l'ouvrir. Ah, putain, comment il a fait? Ah,
Ore and wind essence? That sounds about right. I'll need a workshop, though. Perfect.
d'accord. Ah oui, d'accord, c'est pour améliorer l'épée.
A hero sword. QED.
D'accord. Ah, c'est pas mal. On peut améliorer l'épée et tout. Ah, c'est cool ça. Ah, donc du coup, on peut rentrer.
This is what he got for settling down and finding people to care about. The kid's mum had been a swell cook and she'd laughed at Renato's jokes,
Ah ouais.
even when he didn't know he'd made one.
Cool.
And the ravens had come to burn her. And she'd made him
Alors.
promise to protect the kid.
On va continuer.
But she never told him where the book was. Just the kid. He came up to a ledge. It was too far to jump.
Ah ouais, mais là, faut sauter.
There'd
mais
been a
c'est pas
bridge
encore
here
comment.
before, hadn't there? And there was Peter, giggling at him. How'd you get across? He asked the kid. Where'd you find a hook? I hopped, said the kid. Wise-ass kid. Hey, look out behind you. Cute, said Renato. Ah, ravens.
Encore. Comment je fais pour sauter du coup? Ah merde. Voilà.
It was time to talk some sense into the kid. Just hook his way across the ledge and chase the kid down. Thing was, he hadn't used his hook since he'd retired.
Ah, un pied papa.
Maybe if he meditated at that altar there.
Ah, j'aimerais
he'd
bien
remember his old
apprendre à sauter
skills.
quand même.
It was starting to
Ah
come
non, on
back to
peut pas
it.
sauter.
Something you never completely forgot, like
Le
how to
jeu
freeze
de-
time when attacking.
Oh, c'est
The more he fought, the
C'est
more
bien,
he'd
mais c'est
probably remember.
J'aimerais bien où il sautait. Mais... Alors,
And there was the Farfarer. She was the fastest ship he'd ever known. She could do the Kester run in 12 furlongs. Oh, so the salesman had told him. And something told him the kid was about to walk into an ambush. Stop! He shouted. I'm not giving you the book! Shouted the kid, and took off. No! Peter! But the kid ran for it. And a goggler nailed him with its ivy.
ah ouais, il est mort. Bye. Ok, d'accord. On part derrière. Oh, je suis trop fort.
The book was unburned. Next
Il
to
est
it
mort?
were the buckles from the kid's shoes, and a kid-sized pile of ashes. Damn it. Why hadn't he lied and told the kid he'd take the book to the rebels? The kid would be alive now. Really pissed off and betrayed, but alive. Oh, damn it. Renato
Putain.
picked up the book. He couldn't let the Empire have it now. He was going to have to get it out of there. He'd be a wanted man.
Ah oui,
Probably
donc
have to
on va
join the
devoir rapporter
rebellion
le
just to
livre.
have a place to dock.
Je sais pas où.
Well, he'd hated home life anyway. What was the big deal about this book anyway? Maybe he should open it and find out. All that had been years ago. How many? The war was a blur, and now 3 Raven scout ships were chasing him. Where are you running, rebel? cawed the Raven captain
Ah,
of
les
the loud
corbeaux, je
hailer.
présume.
Renato could see them cranking up their catapults. Just going out for milk? Renato yelled back. Where can you run? Laughed the Raven horribly. Far behind it, another city was burning. The dark cloud above its island was thousands of Imperial ships. The fleet was doing a thorough job. Take us to the rebel base, and we'll spare your life! It cawed. The entire jury-rigged rebel fleet was only a few islands to the east. Beyond that were only the pillars of heaven, a sea of endless blood-colored tornadoes. The rebellion was out of time, unless Renato could bring a game-changer. Maybe he
Au
could.
chapitre, je pense.
Renato had found out where he could find the pieces of the Sky Ripper, the legendary weapon that had exiled the lost gods. Surely a legendary weapon could win the final battle. On the other hand, his old friend Lapino had sent Renato a desperate message saying he had a brilliant scheme to save the rebellion. If Renato could only rescue him. Renato dived the Farfarer towards the abyss. As he felt the heat of the jet stream, the Raven ships peeled off, not stable enough to follow him down there. Now it was time to choose. Lapino or the Sky Ripper?
Ah, c'est dur.
Every child knew about the Sky Ripper. The Transcendent Emperor had buried its pieces.
Ah,
What could have
ah c'est
brought
bien
them to
ça.
light? This Emperor, Isengrim III, had
T'as
once
des
been
choix à
kind,
faire, c'est pas mal.
but he'd gone mad.
Ça change son aventure.
And now he was conducting secret, obscene rituals to bring back the lost gods. Had he, somehow, summoned the long-lost components of the legendary weapon out of the deep places of the earth? It was more than Renato could fathom. But if he could find a legendary weapon, he would use it.
Ah, moi je trouve pas. C'est pas mal quand même. Qu'il y ait des choix à faire et que ça change l'aventure, c'est pas mal quand même. Je trouve ça plutôt bien.
As he set foot on the island, Renato could not help but feel a tinge of guilt. He'd left Lapino behind. He hoped
Juste regarder un truc. D'accord. Donc il y a ça, option. Ok.
the Mad Rabbit had somehow escaped the ravens. He hoped they hadn't eaten him. If they had, he hoped they hadn't eaten him alive. Why had he chosen the Sky Ripper? Renato never made plans that required constant vigilance. He was a hero. He didn't think too much. He just went with his gut and hoped it all worked out. The Sky Ripper was a long shot. He'd have to devote himself to it. No side journeys, no rescuing old friends. That was against his nature. Could he stick with it?
Ah oui. Ah, j'ai trouvé. Oh, putain. Si ça, c'est pas de la chatte. Ah. C'est un truc. Faut que je fasse quoi là? Ah oui, d'accord.
Huh? A lever? That was new. Most people still use doorknobs.
Ah non, faut m'y arriver. Fais demi-tour. Fais demi-tour. Oh, les deux. Je peux pas.
The people who had built this.
Donc, les gens, la vidéo va être coupée en deux, en deux parties, parce qu'en fait, on peut prendre que 15 minutes. En fait, je viens de remarquer ça, donc voilà. Toutes les 15 minutes, bah, je vais devoir faire ça. Donc du coup, bah, j'ai mis un petit chrono et puis voilà. Donc je reprends juste où je me suis arrêté. Donc on continue. Oh putain, c'est encore la mauvaise épée. Ah, comment ça trouve? Et voilà, boom.
It was all coming back to him. He wondered what he'd remember next.
Ah, d'accord. Ah ouais, je peux les casser. Ah cool. Ah bah, ça, je peux l'ouvrir. C'est bon. Oh, d'ici là, il va falloir que je revienne et tout ici. Oula, oula, oula. D'accord.
Sleep tight, thought Renato.
Oh bah c'est bon. Tranquille, c'est facile. C'est super simple de le buter. Hop là. Et là, hop. Et là, je passe par là. Ah, il fait mal. Et là. Hop là. Ah, encore, il fait pas trop mal. Ah non. Oh, j'allais dire, il y en a qu'un, c'est bizarre. Voilà. Ça, on récupère de l'XP, hein.
Ah, a puzzle. Renato loved puzzles, except when he couldn't figure them out. On the other hand, if there was a puzzle, it was probably meant to keep people away from something good.
Oh non! Et ben voilà!
Firewalls only let you through if they.
Ah
think
non,
you're
mais
hot
il y a
enough.
trop de trucs là, on va devoir repasser plein de fois. Non, mais c'est pas possible. C'est un gag. Je vérifie le temps à chaque fois, hein, parce que pas que je me fasse avoir.
It was starting to come back to him. Something he'd
Alors,
never
ah c'est le
completely
sprint.
forgot, like how to
D'accord.
freeze time when attacking.
C'est
The more
pas
he
mal.
fought, the more he'd probably remember. There it was. Skyripper's armature. The stuff that dreams are made of. Engineers' dreams, anyway. The device was intricate. No one alive had the skill to make a thing like it. How was it part of a weapon at all? He'd have to ask a scientist. But first, he'd get the second piece. Skyripper had a heart. A core that had come to rest on the next island. Well, there was another island he could reach. Zenobia had just invaded it with her father's Raven battalions. She must be encamped there still. But fighting Zenobia now, that made no sense at all. He'd already sacrificed one friend to get this armature, was it? He didn't need to hurry to face her. She would find him.
Non, non, je vais pas. S'il dit qu'il faut pas l'affronter maintenant, ça sert à rien. Vaut mieux que j'aille chercher le noyau du Skyripper.
It was a no-brainer. He'd sacrificed his old friend Lapino to get the armature. And the armature was useless by itself, only a series of coils and wheels. War demanded sacrifices, and he would make more before the end. He would have to choose the greatest good no matter how much it cost him. Zenobia. Well, he would see her sooner or later, across a battlefield or a sword's
Vaut mieux
point before all
bien
was
se
over.
préparer pour
He
l'affronter
was sure of that.
que de mal se
The power
préparer pour
was in the
l'affronter et
core.
perdre.
Obviously, he had to get the core. Doubt
voilà.
sunk in before he was even out of sight of the Farfarer. Why had he chosen the Skyripper? It was the sort of path he'd always avoided. The path of responsibility.
Bon bah
of
les gens, je
seriousness.
crois qu'on va se laisser là
Had he
pour la deuxième partie,
grown up?
vu qu'on a fait le
He
tout
didn't
premier
feel grown
chapitre.
up. He'd
Donc
made
voilà.
this decision from his gut,
Bah
like he
j'espère que
always
ça vous
did.
aura fait plaisir
Somehow,
de
he'd impulsively
voir
decided
le
to
premier
stop
épisode
being
de
impulsive.
ce
Did
let's
that
play.
make any sense?
Et, ça m'a fait vachement plaisir de retrouver quand même pour ce let's play quand même. Donc, voilà. Donc j'espère que ça vous aura plu et puis au pire, si ça vous a vraiment plu, laissez un pouce bleu, ça me ferait vachement plaisir. C'est pas obligé, hein. Juste abonnez-vous à ma chaîne, comme ça vous ne louperez pas le reste du let's play. Et puis ben après je vous dis ben à la prochaine et puis on se retrouve pour la suite du let's play ou pour d'autres vidéos. Allez, à plus.